Hey UAS Division. I wanted to make this short video just to talk a little bit about Teams, maybe get us using this very powerful tool a little bit more effectively. To guide the conversation, I'm going to focus on 4 regions within Teams. Five regions. The first region on the very left-hand side are personal icons. Secondly, I'll talk about the teams and channel selection window in the center area here. Next, I'll talk about the teams and channel viewer window. Then I'll point out a few things about these links at the very top, and then finally I'll talk about our personal preferences in the upper right hand corner of Teams. So first of all, these icons on the very left, something to know about them is really these are agnostic to any teams that we have personally. So these are our personal apps. So what that means is if you are part of multiple teams, then these apps are really going to show all of these categorical pieces of information regarding all of your teams. For example, if I look on my activity feed, what I'm seeing are activities that are related to all the teams I'm on. So for example, this morning I was having a conversation on the SharePoint admins group, so we can see lots of notifications for that, and then also had some conversations from our team in here. Same with the chat. I can look at this chat window, and this is going to show all conversations I've had with individuals, not just particular to our team. And I'll point out a couple differences between chatting in through this chat icon and then chatting through our Teams channel here shortly. So if I, same goes for the calendar, calls, and files. So files shows this is all the files that have been associated with anything that I've done in Teams here. What I want to focus on though is our team. And so if I click the Teams icon, what I see in the second window, the second region here, are the teams that I am associated with. So right at the top is the UAS Division team. And what we're going to see below each team are here in gray are the channel names. So channels that have been created for this team. So anytime we create a team, Microsoft Teams automatically creates a general channel. What the general channel is basically it's the cover everybody channel. So everyone's involved in, everyone can see, everyone can post to the general channel. Now any of us in the team can go ahead and create additional channels under using this ellipsis next to our team name. So we can go in there, add a channel, add members, etc. And so the differences between channels, really there are 2 major differences. One are the number of team members that are members of a channel. So I can make for example, I made this DOI production team for Power Apps channel, and there I can just invite Ramekers, John Vogel, and Sherry, since those are the 3 individuals plus me that were part of the production team. And so below that we can see that Colin has created a DOI UAS Hangar Talk channel. So the number of members that are part of the channel is one of the big differences. The other big difference, and I'm going to go ahead and go into our general channel to point out the next additional differences. So within the channel, and now I'm looking at this third region in Microsoft Teams, and basically this is the team or channel viewer window. And what I can see is if I look all the way at the top of this channel viewer window, I see a series of links. And right now the conversations link is activated, and what we can see are many posts, mostly by me, that have been made to our general channel conversations. All right, so a big difference that we can make between channels are these links that are available at the top of the channel viewer menu. So I can add additional apps. The government teams are kind of limited. In commercial teams, we can add a lot of third-party apps, etc. But there are some useful pieces of useful applications that we can actually pull into teams, and then this could be part of our channel, easily accessible. The big advantage here of using our general channel for conversations is, I'll point out two. One is that yes, we can add additional apps to give our team easy access to these tools that are available. And the other thing is, so these conversations, and if I click through some of these tabs, conversations, files, wiki, if anyone wanted to create some information that is available to the entire team, meeting notes, if we wanted to organize notes into some formalized documents, and like the division SharePoint, where Brad went to earlier. All these things are basically a living document, a living record of conversations that we've had with our team. Okay, the last area I really want to point out, and this is related to maybe you guys are looking at these posts and saying, well, I've never gotten any notification for any of these posts. What's going on? So the last region I want to point out is our personal preferences up here in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm going to scroll down. Just, you guys can check this out. You should definitely be customizing some of this stuff so that you like what's going on with Teams. But I'm going to go to the Settings tab under my personal preferences and go down to Notifications. And what this is saying is, so when something happens in Teams, what do I want to be notified about and how do I want to be notified? And basically, if I look, the choices for notifications are, actually there are 4 options and a couple things. So I can either have Teams send me a notification and I can get an email notification. I can just get a notification in Teams, or I can only show in feed. I can also just turn off notifications so I don't get any for these particular categories. So if I look, so the first category is mentions. So you can always mention someone within a Teams conversation by using the @ symbol and then adding their username. And so if someone added my name, particularly mention my username, what would happen? Well, right now I would get an email and it would show up in Teams. And I have that set as the only one where I also want to get an email because the email thing gets a little bit annoying in my opinion. So what I want to point out is, so how would you get notifications for posts that are happening to our channel in conversations? So the only way to really do that is down here, there's a followed channels notifications option. So right now I am saying, well, if any notifications are made or any conversations are added to channels that I'm following, go ahead and give me a Teams notification. All right, so next I just want to point out, so, well, how do I follow a channel so that I would receive notifications for when posts occur there? So what you'll need to do is, what I'm advocating for is that everyone go ahead and follow the general channel within our division. So if you go to the division team and then go down to the general channel and click that little ellipsis, you should have an option right down here to follow this channel. I'm already following it, so my option is to unfollow. But if you click follow, then you should get notifications for anything posted to the team. All right, last thing I want to point out is the difference between a conversation that occurs in our general channel under the conversations link versus if I click on chat, and there is a chat group here that contains all of our team members. Now, the big difference that perhaps you can notice right off the bat is there are only a couple links available within our chat. Chat really is designed to be a quick two-way conversation. You just want to get a quick answer about something or just ask a quick question. That's really what the chat is about. Our team's general channel is really designed to be more of a robust history of what has gone on among the team. The big advantage here is that we can add more links and more tools to enable the conversation to be more robust. So really the way we should be using Teams is we should be having all of our group discussions through this general channel. One of the cool features we can do in the conversation windows is actually save a post. So if I scroll over any post and go to the ellipsis at the end, I can actually save the message. Now I can then go up to my personal preferences and go down to saved. And this shows a history of all the messages that I've ever saved. So now I can go to particular messages that I saved. For example, this gentleman pointed out a good way how to order IT requests for SharePoint changes. I thought that was a very useful thing, something that's going to be useful for me into perpetuity. That is saved, and now this will stay with my history forever within Teams. All right, so I hope this was useful. Really, the point of this is to advocate for us to use the general tab or the general channel within our UAS Division team. Again, to get notifications, you're just going to click on the ellipsis next to that general tab and follow this channel. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you.